Done.
Let's take a moment and pray. Father, thank you for the blessing of this day. Father, thank you of the blessing of the place that we live. And Father, we thank you for the grace that you show us, the mercy that you give us. We thank you for the gift of salvation. Father, as the city council and department heads gather tonight to do the city's business, Father, I ask that you would give each one of them wisdom as they discharge their duties. Father, as winter goes on, I pray that you would keep the city employees safe as they are out on the roads. Father, I pray for the moisture that we need. Father, I never like to pray for snow, but we do need moisture, and that means snow. So, Father, I pray that you would send us the moisture that we need, the snow that we need. Father, keep all the city employees safe as they go about their duties in the weeks ahead. Father, thank you for the blessing of being in Miller, South Dakota. And in your Son's name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
If you'll excuse me, I have another meeting I've got to
All
get
right.
to.
Thank you, though.
Thank
You
you.
betcha. Yep. Just thank you for including us on your busy schedule.
Sure.
Well, sometimes it's busy, sometimes it's not. It's the way it be.
All right, good. We'll call the meeting to order and begin with the pledge. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, I would entertain a motion on tonight's agenda with regard to item number 6, advertise open police officer's position. I think we can move that up to number 5 under new business. We don't need to discuss anything like that in executive session, I don't think, so.
5 and 6, I
Yeah,
think would have to be.
Well, we're gonna,
Don't you have
we'll-
to do 5 after?
after, because we'll go through the applications without objection. So with that, I would, is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Without objection, I entertain the motion to approve tonight's agenda with the noted move to the item to new business.
So moved. Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion is made and seconded to approve tonight's agenda. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. On pages 1 and 2 are the minutes from our previous meeting. I sometimes I say things and stuff on that one, the public input, and I know it said voices opposition. I just more or less concerned when I call legislators. I just want to get insight from them with regard to pending legislation, and so that was my intent when when I called them. So, but I just want that for just more or less clarification. So, anyway, with that, I entertain a motion to
Move to approve the minutes.
Second.
discussion. Hearing none, motion is made and second to approve the minutes from our last meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Public input. Okay, hearing none, I will look at the department head reports are on pages 3 through 6 on our minutes, or on the agenda. Ted, I'll have you come up. I know Chief Huss wants to, talk about the body armor, not only from,
He's got it with.
talk about the first one, I know, because we have a couple items on the bills with regard to the body armor received for the $9,800. Do you want to address that first?
Yes, so the FBI has a program to surplus their body armor. I guess they consider it used, however, the lifespan of it is still good. To me, it seems like it's stuff was issued but never used. It's clean. I brought,
And if he seems like he's struggling to get that out of the bag, Landon and I were
It's pretty
at
heavy.
his office.
looks like it. I'll pass it around for you. So this is a piece body armor we got from the FBI. Inside of here is a ceramic plate that is rated up to, it's a level 4 plate rated up to a .308 caliber to stop. Do you want me to pull it out?
If you'd like to, yeah.
Pretty good Velcro.
Oh,
So there's a ceramic plate in the front and the back.
that's-
Like I said, it's designed to stop a rifle round. Our traditional soft armor vests will not stop a rifle round. We also got soft armor from them, so this would be like something you would wear under a shirt. So it's, I think it's called ultra low visibility, wear it under a shirt. We've received 4 sets of these, and the total value is $9,800, and it's at no cost to the police department.
What's the typical expiration date? I know it, or I've been told it, but I can't remember, of the soft armor.
On the
and-
soft armor, it's 5 years.
Can you imagine having to wear?
I guess my understanding, the reason they do this, it still has life, is because it hasn't been worn. And to- So it's fabric soft armor.
Right,
Wearing it, bending and moving,
loosens it
can
up.
break it down.
Yep. And is there a manufacturer lifespan for the ceramic plate carrier?
Not that I'm aware of,
Okay, I'm just curious.
unless it gets hit.
Obviously,
I assume that's not something we're gonna ask people to be wearing on the
No,
daily
so
basis.
this is not an everyday wear item. It's a tactical
it's a
situation.
wear as needed situation.
Yep.
Ideally never.
What's that?
Ideally never.
Ideally
Yeah.
never, and, yeah, it's
I
heavy
agree.
to wear all day.
That's amazing. Yeah, if you had to wear that. every
So it's a very nice program, I guess. I mean, obviously, it's free, and, you know, they want to help out ideally smaller departments.
That's a
Did
good
you
find.
mention the total so far we've received this year as far as the amount? In here, it said the total grant dollars received for all sources for FFY 2026 has been $16,800 as of today, so,
Wow,
Yes.
yeah,
that's great.
So, and that number will go up.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay,
Any questions on the
no,
body armor?
I suppose that armor you're just gonna have in the vehicle if need, on a need basis,
Yeah, like, best example I could think of would be like, serving a search
Yeah,
warrant.
yeah.
Kind of something that's
Okay.
maybe planned is probably the best example that I could give you.
glad you have it, but hopefully that'll never.
Get dusty.
Yeah, yeah, but it's still a safety item, that's important for you and the other officers, okay?
Yeah,
Any questions with regard to Chief Huss on anything else that he has there?
How many guys do you have on 24/7 blows right now?
One.
One?
Okay,
Okay.
all right, thank you.
thanks.
Next thing up is the Water and Sewer Department. Carry on that item D, you had that they were going to be here, were they here to test the soil today?
They're here.
They're here today?
They got half of them drilled, so.
Okay, all right. And what that is, they're just doing soil sample for around the pool. Also on that item E, that's just more or less, not sure when you have to have the registration though, but the South Dakota Airport Conference is on Wednesday, April 8th at the Ramcota in Pier. So if anybody's interested in attending,
They
please.
send them soil samples off and then they give a report back, is that what they do? Yeah.
They hit the whole pool too. Today.
How thick was it, or they didn't even know?
He said it went right through it, so,
Perfect.
Okay.
It's been down there degrading for a while, so.
yeah.
Anything else with regard to Terry on that? Electrical Department, Dustin isn't here. Dustin is in taking care of some medical matter that he's put off for a while, so he's taking care of that. He'll be out of the office, I think, all week, won't he? I think that's the plans and stuff, so. Okay. Anything with regard to the finance office that you saw? Any questions? Cindy, anything there? I see Mel Worth or Multi-Worth is getting together with the plans.
Yeah, the financial models that we're building in Waterworth are coming along nicely. Alderman Price came into my office and sat down and went through a few of those things with Chad with Waterworth. And we're gonna build a presentation for a council meeting sometime in April.
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
We'll try to get the legwork done, so then we can present it easier to the mass council and go from there.
I know those who were able to attend the original presentation, seeing it and seeing the optics of what it's able to do is, that says it all with regard to what is capable to doing for us, so, anyway.
So far, after plugging in all of our financials, not just someone else, our financials, it's coming off as advertised as far as making clear pictures, so.
All right. And basically, for those who aren't aware, that's just more or less to help us with regard to information with regard to the financial model for what we charge for water and sewer and stuff. So it's just going to help us to serve the public's needs and making sure everything is on track to, as far as financially. Anything else? Okay, moving on, new business, Helms and Associate invoice number 379.
Something wrong?
I'm sorry, Ron. Oh, I'm sorry, Ron. How could I forget you?
I just gonna mention, that I did not put in my report, I just thought about it. We will be probably, if we get weather the way it looks, we'll probably be putting a bunch of larvicide out. We have warm weather, water warms quicker, we'll have early mosquitoes. Even though it's dry, there's still water out there. So there'll be some expenses coming up that, it's kind of a pretty much an April cost type thing, but it might be middle March.
Ron, you were talking last year, we got kind of, I think the grant for that money, correct me if I'm wrong, was we were kind of, go ahead.
Yeah, we did not get a grant last year. Usually the grants are due April-ish, somewhere in there, and usually awarded later, but I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay,
So I honestly don't think we'll get one.
okay.
Money's tight, and
Yeah.
we did all right last year anyway.
And we're coming out ahead on not having a lot of snowfall.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, we need to fill the puddles up, but
Yeah.
at the same time, we don't want the mosquitoes to fill them up either, so.
In the past, you did testing too on those mosquitoes.
Yeah,
You
that
still
was
do?
part of, we used to get a grant for chemical overtime fuel, and then 5,000 over and above, and that was counting, taking the time to catch the mosquitoes and come up and sort the Culex tarsalis to the side. We send them to Pier, the rest we throw in the garbage. And there was quite a little time in there. to count that. If we don't get the grant, I don't do it, just
Yeah.
because it does take time.
Yeah.
And that was, today, I don't remember if I said it, about 5,000 is what that alone was. Just the time and, basically the time and the CO2 bottle, which wasn't all that much, really, so.
I know I did come up one time when you were doing the sorting, and it was kind of interesting and stuff, so, I mean, just seeing the process.
It is kind of neat when you're looking through the microscope where you'll see one that looks different. We found, a few years ago, found one that looked like a tick on it. It looked like an actual tick, but it was a mite of some sort, and I actually had the state, I'd sent it to her, and she looked at it, and she goes, yeah, it's, you see that very, very rarely, but it's there. So, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it is.
So
Well,
they got bugs that bug them too, so it doesn't bother me a bit.
yeah. Well, I think
So-
Mr. McMahon is probably looking down, smiling, and probably he got something across to you in science.
Of all his students, he wouldn't have thought me as calling a mosquito by its scientific name, so.
All right, okay. Anything else, Ron? Ron, thank you, too, so.
Thank you.
All right, now, moving on to new business, Helms and Associates invoice 3795,958 for $1,307. That's found on page 7 of your handout. And that was for the airport taxiway reconstruction and access. I should say on the new business, that shouldn't be 7 and 8, that should be 7. And then that number, the second one will be page 8, so just for clarification. So with that, I'd entertain a motion to approve invoice 37,958 to Helms and Associates.
So move.
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion is made and second to approve the invoice 37,958 to Helms and Associates for the amount of $1,307.49 for the airport taxiway reconstruction and access. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Item number 2 is airport project AWAS 3P, authorization to advertise for bid, and that's on page 8.
I just included a copy of our most recent capital improvement plan from Helms and Associates, just for reference. But we're at the next step of ready to go to bid for the construction of it. Just need approval to advertise.
Move that we advertise for the AWAS 3-P airport project.
Second.
Discussion. Hearing none, motion is made to second to approve the airport project AWAS 3-P authorization to advertise for bid. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Outstanding utility accounts and policies and procedures. Councilman Jones.
I had added this on there for, it's somewhat twofold, I guess. I guess to start with, a few weeks ago, we had another instance where somebody's behind on utilities and they get to a shut-off time frame, or they're about to be on the shut-off list, and we deal with that, and that's, not the end of the world. We can work through things like that, but in that particular situation, this person was on the verge of being 3 months behind with utilities still turned on. And, at some point there, we're letting people get so far on the wrong side that it's really almost impossible to get back out of that. I think, I'm not saying anybody here did anything wrong, I don't think we did, but I think we should look at how our policy is to not allow people to get that far behind without having some sort of intervention or payment plan set up. We as the service provider there, I think, have some responsibility to not give.
Power away.
Yeah, and and also not give people so much credit that they can't get back out of it. I mean, there's on the verge of irresponsible lending, sort of. But in that discussion, while we were talking about the policy and how that all is, one of the things that was discussed a little bit was the amount of utility bills that get written off, and that essentially the city then eats or pays for, or basically pays for if you're not getting paid for it and we're writing it off. And a lot of those, you know, there's people leave town and there's no way to track that person down, or no feasible way to do that. But then when we do have the utilities turned off because of non-payment, if it's a rental and not a sale, we turn those utilities back on and write off that debt. And I think there's gotta be a better way to structure that as well. Because at the end of the day, in that situation, what's happening is the city is covering all these bad renters' debts, and I think that's an unfair burden for the city.
Okay.
I don't have a great solution to either of those two issues, but I think it's something we need to address and work through and come up with something better than what we have.
And if it's a rental, then we need to inform the landlord, especially in the wintertime. You wanna go and shut the juice off, then cause more problem, because, water froze up and.
Because I think that has been resolved as of the last couple of years. We did have that issue, but I think we resolved that. I had a question kind of along the same line of, if it's a rental occupied space, if we're not getting contact with the tenant, do we need to be bringing in the rental owner sooner? Then, because shut-off date is 2 months, like you miss your payment rate and you're notified and you have until the next payment date to come current before
So,
you're
for
shut off.
example, January usage is billed February 15th. By that time, we already have 15 more days of usage.
Right,
That bill isn't due until the 15th of the following month, which is another month and a half of usage. And then the shut-off for January usage isn't until, April 1st.
Cindy and I were visiting a little bit about that. First of all, we could go all night, conversing on this matter, and I think it needs to be addressed, and I appreciate the bringing it up. But I know we talked earlier today about maybe moving up from the 15th, or
Maybe possibly shortening our billing cycle.
yeah. And
that's
then,
if it's possible.
If
as
it's
far as-
possible, I'll have
Yeah.
to sit down with Christie and really make sure she still has time with her processes and our software and how that works, to make sure she still has sufficient time.
Or even if it's not so much, even if we don't have to change the billing cycle, because I got clued in because I was there, I think, that day when this was coming out. This is a special circumstance because it was a bad check that was wrote, so we thought it was in good standing, but, is it just a notification period where after we know that the first time it wasn't, the first month? Is it too much of a gap of letting them become current, I guess? Maybe that's what I'm saying or asking. Not so much going off the billing cycle as in you were late the first billing cycle, not giving them till the next billing cycle
Yeah.
to come current and just making it so you weren't current with the first billing cycle, you got 10 days or whatever to become current. And if we can't get a hold of them, then do we,
So I feel like that process is gonna require
Or is that
another
harder?
notice
Yeah.
of
I
some
would-
kind,
Yeah.
wouldn't
Right.
it?
Pr-
So like
right.
right now, we print one bill
right,
once a month. We used to do a separate delinquent notice in addition to your bill, and then we put it all in one.
and
Which
even if
is
it's
kinda
a,
hard to read the way it's,
right, and even if it's whether it's a phone call that the councilman need to call and let people know, or, because yes, if we just go
our
off-
delinquent list is rather lengthy.
Okay,
By the time shut-off day comes around, we're down to, I've seen as many as 15 accounts. And I think that's happened once since I've started here, that there were none on the shut-off list.
How many unpaid utility bills does the city write off in a year?
Oh, boy. I don't know. We're trying
Can you
to,
give me like a ballpark number?
I can tell
is
you
it-
how many are sitting there right now.
Year to date? Yeah. I'd be-
Nope, I can't. I do have the number that needs to be written off.
Are we talking about like 2 or 3 a year, or like 5 or 10?
I am thinking generally 2 or 3 a year
Accounts or 1,000?
accounts.
Do you have a dollar amount?
This one runs anywhere between $160 up to $650.
That adds up.
It does.
Yeah.
And I don't see how those utilities get turned back on at those residences until that bill is paid. That's where I'm caught.
Yeah.
And that's a chunk of money.
Oh, yeah.
There's,
I think one of the things that we did mention, I think there's a $200 deposit, whether or not that
Yep,
has
and
to be.
that's applied.
Yeah, if we
And
need
this is
to.
after the
This is-
deposits are
Those are the
applied.
numbers after a deposit's been removed
yeah.
from that.
Yep.
Yeah.
couple thoughts.
Maybe.
That's something, might be something we need to do is raise the deposit.
I was gonna
Well-
say, when I was in college in Vermillion, to get signed up for city utilities there was a $500 deposit. And if you would leave in good standing, you got your $500 back. If you weren't, then.
Because the
you know,
deposit in town follows you from address to address, right?
It can, if
Okay.
requested,
So,
yeah.
but if you're within good standing at,
That's the other thing is we've kept all the deposits on file. We don't ever give them back. So Terry, who made a deposit how many years ago, if required, probably $30 at the time, we still have it.
Yeah.
Why shouldn't we give that back to some people who are still in good standing?
Well, I think we had a pretty good discussion so far, unless there's anything else. I'd probably
like
refer
to-
to a committee, either
I'd say
the
refer that to either.
finance or utilities,
I think it'd probably make more sense with the utilities,
okay?
unless you guys think it'd be better at finance. I don't know. It could probably go either way.
Yeah.
I'm okay with utilities, I just,
Yeah,
you know,
that works.
okay?
Who's on the utilities?
Okay.
Be
Or is
you,
that-
Will, and Gail.
Okay, that's the, okay.
Okay,
I don't know, maybe one a different, maybe one a different.
all right, so we can, who's the head of that committee? I don't
I think Pat.
I think between
That's in
Yeah,
Gail,
Pat
Mike,
is-
I am.
So
Pat's
just,
in
you know, call, when you're ready to call a committee meeting, we can,
We get
discuss
together,
that.
get ideas, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah, but it's good to get the word out there to the public that is a matter, an issue, and we want to address it the best we can, moving forward and stuff, so. Okay, so thank you for that. Building permit for Bill and Tanya Hughes, a deck.
Can you pull that address up on the camera?
Yep.
Is that on Jack's house? East of the
Community
community
center.
center.
We were just looking at the lineup. Didn't seem like it was a big deal for the amount he's pushing out, but just get everybody's opinion on it.
What side of the house are they putting on? North,
Side of
The east side.
east side?
the side of the step, is what I understand.
Yeah, because I think his actual concrete step is about the same jut out. Just-
Yeah, I was just trying to visualize that off the sketch.
And with jut outs that we've had. So it's straight east of the community center. That corner.
Right there.
Just double check everything and, because it looked to me like the house to the south was actually sticking out farther than that place, but my eyes can be kind of goofy too.
Can't really see it with the trees.
If it was a 12-foot deck, it'd be different, but I think just for his
Yeah.
ramp, I personally feel like it's fine. I always remember they had that really bad evergreen on that corner, and now that that evergreen's not there, it seems wide open.
They brought it, cut it way up high.
Yep.
Plus if they put a handicap ramp in, some time sit
Yeah.
there longer,
Yep.
you know. A lot of times they're not permanent, but
Yeah,
Yeah, cause the main door used to be all the way on the south, but then that was when Jack had that, cause it was easier to get in and out of, but now Bill and Ton are in there. It's an actual two-step to get up into the main door.
I make a motion to approve the building permit for Bill and Tana Hughes deck.
Second.
okay, motion is made, discussion. Hearing none, motion is made and seconded to approve the building permit for Bill and Tana Hughes' deck. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Okay, the moved up item as far as advertised open police officer position. You want to,
I guess, so, Officer Hendrickson, put in writing that he is going to retire in June. So we're going to, look at advertising, right now for the eventually, open position. And speaking with Ted, there is a job fair coming up here in a couple weeks or so, correct?
Lake Area Tech has a law enforcement program. There's a job fair March 12th that I would like to go to and, you know, advertise the position.
Yep.
Those are students that graduate, I'm assuming May. And just in general, I guess, police officers don't grow on trees. So I think it's beneficial to advertise as early as possible. You know, waiting a period of time for the advertisement to be out there, scheduling interviews, background checks, maybe second interviews. You know, it all takes plenty of time. People need to put in notices, maybe they need to make housing arrangements. And that's a lot of things to get done.
officer training in Pierre, how often does that take place and when? As
Say
far
that
as to
again?
get certified?
So for an uncertified person, you can work for 1 year. Within that year, you need to go to academy in Pierre, and that academy is 13 weeks.
Okay,
And they hold, I think it's 4 classes a year.
okay. That's the question I was
So,
asking, yes.
and they don't hold one in the summer, so I think the next possible to get into would be, it's August or September.
Okay,
Obviously, our goal would be to find someone with experience and certified beforehand, but.
Yeah, ideally,
Cause then what if, say we get no in the field experience and we just get a, interested candidate from the school, they're certified officers, right? They just don't have the shooting certification, or some do, some don't?
they become certified through that program. They do go to Pierre for, I think, a couple of weeks, like
Yep.
2 weeks,
Okay,
for whatever, I don't know what.
right. Yeah,
I think they take a reciprocity test.
Okay,
What?
Reciprocity tests, it's similar to like, if you're a certified officer in Minnesota, move to South Dakota, you can just take a test and skip the academy.
basically check marking that they learned what they needed
Yeah.
to at Lake Area, they do.
Yep.
We've had 3 in the county that come out of Lake Area.
Yeah,
It seems like they're pretty decent for younger people. I mean, when you don't have anything else available.
no,
it
I
seems
think
like
it's a
they're-
great program. I mean, ideally, I'd take a certified person.
Someone that's been on the job for
yeah.
a long time.
But with all those factors, I guess is why I think we should advertise what, in advance of Officer Henriksen's plans.
We talked about when we wanted to open that up a while ago. What did we decide then?
We tabled it.
We
until
tabled it
March.
until March.
We mentioned March 16th, but this class come up before that, so we just wanted approval to be able to go.
Yeah, get ahead of it so that we'd be able to give Ted the ability to go to the job fairs. And
That's a good idea.
Cause we open it up, it's not gonna be advertised in the paper until the end of this week, and then it'll be a couple weeks before we even start getting applications, if we do start getting applications.
When's the job fair?
March 12th at Lake Area.
I'm, after discussion with Landon and whoever, I'm okay with opening it up and we can just be picky. We have time to be picky if we have the benefit of getting a bunch of applicants, we can be picky about it. But
I hope we have that benefit.
Okay. Have a motion? Is that a motion?
I'd motion
do we want
just
to
to
set
advertise
a salary on there for
it.
minimum?
Think salary depending on experience, and I'm going to push it off to the Public Safety Committee to see what's appropriate for the applicants. Cause you guys will be doing the interviews, so I just,
Depending on experience is a good way to word
It-
that.
Okay.
Is there a starting wage you would like to list?
let's just leave it open.
Open.
Every other advertisement
Okay.
I've ever seen for that,
Right.
it's all depending on experience, I think. Because it's gonna be so subjective to the applicant we get.
Yeah.
I would disagree on the other advertisements. I think, didn't I put that in that calendar invite a while ago?
I guess I was just.
I had searched the municipal league, and they had,
They
Most
might
of
have, I
the
guess-
Quite a few,
advertisements in
and-
the magazine do list a range.
say that again?
Most of the advertisements in the SDML magazine list a range.
Yeah,
For the
that's what I
wage.
found. I don't know, Spearfish Pier, Huron, Somerset was one, I think. And they did list either a range or starting.
Starting. And in just in discussion, it'd be nice to have that start, but then also that range is wherever it needs to be
Right.
with regard to experience.
And the starting is designed to give the uncertified
Yeah.
person an idea.
Okay?
Can we get it opened up and then the Public Safety Committee can meet and figure out what an appropriate range would be? And then
Did we discuss that?
I think
clarify.
I think we did discuss it at one point. I think we set it at what, 20,
I think it was 21 or
21 or 22?
Yeah.
That's
21.
I remember.
21.
it was 21 or 22. I don't remember where we landed on it.
Yeah.
But
So,
I think you also list depending on
yes.
experience.
Yeah.
Right.
20
Yeah.
plus, depending on experience, and then
Right.
you're
Yeah.
fairly well covered.
Right, yeah. Then we have at least a minimum and then, because.
Could be, yeah.
It's such a range on that type of a job of what you're gonna pay someone. Cause yeah, it's one position, but there's so many different certifications and specialties and all that that you can get, so.
Yep.
I'd say advertised at whatever, 20, 21, whatever you guys said, depending on experience,
Well, I know
definitely.
the one time that the four of us were there, we said one, and then the last time you and I
Yeah.
and Ted, I can't recall what, I thought it was 22 or 21 something.
I think we kind of landed at 21
Okay,
is where we were at, but
all right.
Then I'd say make that for the listing. and
Yep.
Depends on experience.
Okay,
yeah.
all right.
That's part of your motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second.
Discussion,
All that
okay.
Exactly where it's.
Roll it all in.
All right.
All of that into one nice sentence.
You correct me if I'm wrong on the, reiterating the motion, okay? Motion has been made in the second to advertise an open position, open police officer's position at the starting, wage of $21,000 per year.
$21 an hour.
$21 an hour, I'm sorry, see, I'm on the teacher mode.
$21.
Yeah, $21 per hour, I stand
Plus
corrected and stuff, so.
Depending on
experience.
experience.
Yeah, I'm thinking the teachers are so much per year and stuff, so. I don't even think I made $21,000 my first year teaching. Can you imagine that? I know what I made. Anyway, having said that, repeat the motion and second. Advertise open a police officer position at the incoming rate of $21 per hour. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Entertain a motion to approve the bills.
So move.
Second?
Discussion. Hearing none, motion been made and second to approve the bills as submitted. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries. Thanks, Ed. Almost needs a. It is heavy.
It is heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
I make a motion to move into executive session, personal pursuant SDCL 125(2)(1) to review applications.
Discussion? Hearing none, motion is made and, to move into executive session for personal matter pursuant to South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2, Clause 1, to review lifeguards and seasonal help applications. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
7:39.